Welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into a massive milestone, YouTube turning 20 in 2025. Hard to believe it's been that long.
It really is.
Yeah,
2 decades that have just completely reshaped how we interact with video and, well, the internet itself.
exactly. We've gathered a range of sources charting that evolution, from its birth in 2005 right up to today.
Yeah, looking at its journey and its, frankly, enormous impact.
So our mission for this deep dive is pretty clear. Pull out the most significant insights from these 20 years. We want to understand YouTube's influence, how deep it runs, and where it might be heading next.
Okay, let's start at the beginning then, the genesis. It really came down to a specific problem the founders were facing back in '05.
Right, the difficulty of just sharing personal videos online sounds almost quaint now, doesn't it?
It does. The founders, Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, Jawed Karim, they'd all worked at PayPal. They experienced this frustration firsthand. How do you share, say, a dinner party video easily?
And there's that sort of apocryphal story, isn't there, that the very first idea was like a video dating site,
Yeah, that's the legend. Tune in, hook up, apparently. But they quickly pivoted, thankfully maybe, to something much broader.
which was basically democratizing video publishing, letting anyone upload.
Precisely. And that first video, Me at the Zoo,
Uh-huh.
uploaded by Jawed Karim himself.
Yeah.
It's iconic in its simplicity.
Just him talking about elephants' trunks, but it perfectly showed the core idea anyone can publish.
It really did. It wasn't fancy, it wasn't slick, it just worked. And that idea, well, it caught on like wildfire.
Let's talk about that meteoric rise. It grew incredibly fast in those early days.
Oh, unbelievably fast. A lot of it was just how easy it was to use. Uploading, sharing, embedding.
Mm.
It was seamless compared to what existed before.
And then came the viral content. That really poured fuel on the fire.
Absolutely. You had these like SNL's Lazy Sunday digital short going huge on YouTube.
Right. Which kind of showed the mainstream potential.
And then purely organic stuff like Judson Layply's Evolution of Dance. Millions of views. It demonstrated that massive reach was possible without traditional gatekeepers.
And that kind of growth, well, it gets noticed.
It certainly got Google's attention. They acquired YouTube in November 2006.
For what seemed like a staggering amount at the time, $1.65 billion.
It was a huge sum, yeah. But looking back, it was probably one of the best tech acquisitions ever. It gave YouTube the resources, the servers, the bandwidth, the engineering talent to scale up massively.
Couldn't have handled that explosive growth otherwise, probably.
Unlikely. Google's infrastructure was absolutely crucial for YouTube to become what it is today. It cemented its dominance.
Okay, so after the acquisition, the platform itself just kept evolving. Let's touch on some key feature changes over these 20 years.
Well, there have been so many. Obviously, video quality improved dramatically. The introduction of HD video was a big step up.
Yeah, moving beyond grainy, low-res clips.
Then you got live streaming capabilities, which opened up whole new possibilities for events, news, gaming.
Channel subscriptions were fundamental too, right? Building an actual audience.
Definitely. And playlists, letting users and creators curate content. More recently, we've seen things like YouTube Shorts.
Which was clearly a response to the rise of TikTok and short-form video.
Exactly. And they're also pushing into areas like podcasts now, trying to centralize more audiovisual consumption.
And behind the scenes, the tools for creators got way more sophisticated.
Oh, massively. The development of detailed analytics, that was huge for creators trying to understand their audience and what works.
Plus the constant tweaking of the search and recommendation algorithms. Always trying to keep you watching.
For better or worse, yeah. Those algorithms are incredibly powerful in shaping what people see.
Now, a really pivotal moment you mentioned earlier was allowing creators to actually make money, the partner program.
Yes, launched back in 2007. That was a game changer. It enabled creators to earn revenue, typically through ads shown on their videos.
And that really sparked the professionalization of online content creation, didn't it?
Absolutely. It turned YouTube from just a sharing platform into a potential career path.
Yeah.
It birthed the YouTuber as a profession.
Which led to this whole multi-billion-dollar creator economy we see today.
Exactly. You have influencers, sure, but also educators, artists, musicians, entrepreneurs, journalists, all using YouTube to build businesses and reach audiences.
And the sheer amount of money YouTube says it pays out is staggering.
Billions of dollars distributed to creators, artists, and media companies over the years. It shows YouTube isn't just a platform. It's a significant economic engine.
It's amazing that journey from sharing home videos to powering global careers.
It really highlights the platform's versatility and reach. That shift is profound.
Beyond the economics, though, the cultural impact, it's just undeniable.
Completely. It's been a launch pad for new kinds of art and expression. Think about music videos, web series, comedy sketches.
It's also become this like accidental historical archive. So many global events are documented there, often by ordinary people.
Yes, citizen journalism, eyewitness accounts, it's an incredible resource, warts and all.
And a forum for debate, political, social. It hosts so many conversations.
For better or worse, again. It provides a platform, but that comes with challenges.
We'll get to those. But also, its role in education is huge.
Massively accessible learning, tutorials on literally everything, skill sharing on a global scale.
And it's given a voice to marginalized groups or niche communities that might not have had a platform otherwise.
That democratization aspect is still a core part of its identity, I think. But you're right, it hasn't been without major challenges.
The biggest one, arguably, is content moderation at scale.
It's an immense task. Billions of videos, hundreds of hours uploaded every minute. How do you police that effectively?
Especially with issues like combating disinformation and misinformation, that's a constant battle.
A huge ongoing struggle.
Yeah.
They're constantly updating policies, investing in AI detection, using human reviewers, but it's incredibly complex. The scale is just hard to comprehend.
And copyright issues have been there from the start, haven't they?
Always. Balancing the rights of copyright holders with the ability for creators to remix and comment. Systems like Content ID were developed to manage this, but disputes are constant.
So given that history and those ongoing challenges, what's YouTube aiming for next? CEO Neil Mohan laid out some grandiose apuestas, big bets for the coming years.
Right. One major goal is to really solidify YouTube as the cultural epicenter online, the main place for trends, entertainment, news, global moments.
Kind of doubling down on being the default video platform for, well, everything.
Pretty much. Another key focus is boosting the creator economy even further.
More tools, more ways to earn money.
Exactly. Enhancing tools, diversifying income streams beyond just ads, think memberships, merchandise, brand deals, making it easier for creators to build sustainable businesses.
That makes sense. They need to keep creators happy and invested.
For sure. Then there's this ambition to redefine television.
Yes, YouTube as the new television. We hear that a lot. What does it mean in practice?
It means really optimizing the viewing experience on actual TV screens. They point to huge growth in watch time on connected TVs.
So, more living room viewing, maybe attracting audiences who traditionally watched cable or broadcast.
That seems to be the goal. Offering content, including live sports and maybe more premium programming, that appeals directly to that TV audience.
Yeah, okay. And inevitably, artificial intelligence plays a big role in the future plans.
A huge role. They plan to leverage AI much more deeply across the board.
How so?
Well, improving user experience through even more personalized recommendations, for one. But also big tools for creators.
Like AI helping with editing or...
Yes, things like AI-assisted editing, automatic translation, and dubbing, they already have features for that, making content globally accessible more easily.
That auto-dubbing feature is quite something.
It really is. And AI is also key to their efforts in content moderation and protecting creators, making those systems more efficient and hopefully more accurate.
Though that raises questions too, doesn't it? About potential AI bias or maybe algorithms pushing creators towards certain types of content.
Absolutely. That's a critical concern. Ensuring AI is used responsibly, avoiding algorithmic bias, preventing echo chambers. These are major ethical considerations they need to address proactively. It's not just about efficiency.
A really crucial point. What else is on the future roadmap?
They plan to keep innovating in formats, like pushing shorts further, growing their podcast offerings.
So continuing to adapt to changing media habits.
Right. And also developing more features to deepen the connection between creators and their audiences, building stronger communities within the platform.
Interesting. So wrapping this up, looking back over 20 years, it's quite a journey.
It really is. From that simple idea of sharing videos easily to becoming this global behemoth, it's not just reflected culture, it actively shapes it.
It's gone way beyond just a video library. It's a cultural force, a massive economy, a dynamic archive of our times.
And as it hits this 20-year mark, it's clearly positioning itself to remain central to online content, even as it grapples with all those challenges we discussed.
So we'll leave you, our listeners, with a final thought to chew on. We've talked about YouTube's plans for AI, but how might the accelerating integration of AI in both creating content and consuming it reshape online culture and individual expression even more profoundly in the next 20 years, beyond even the ambitious goals YouTube has set out?
That's the big question, isn't it? What happens when AI becomes not just a tool, but a co-creator, or even the primary creator, something we'll definitely be watching.